Here's another Facebook Live event from PHLV Radio.
Live from New York City, this is Get Real on PHLV Radio.
It's time to get real. Get real. Talking about the things you wanna hear. It's time to get real. Get real. We got it all right here. It's time to get real. Get real. Better buckle up, get real, get set. It's time to get real. Get real. We got it all right here. Come on.
Jeanette, kamusta na? Start na tayo ng show.
All right, all the way from the Philippines. Good morning, Pilipinas. Good evening dyan sa New York and Las Vegas. Kumusta, kapatid?
Kamusta? I'm Pedron, of course. Lagi yung sinasabi, Film Festival Director, International Film Festival Manhattan. But tonight, I am the co-host of Jeanette. Ano pala ng show?
Get Real! Ayan, welcome to Get Real.
With Jeanette Marco and Pedron. So, yes. What are your good news? Alam kong mahirap pa nangyayari sa mundo ngayon. It's the first year anniversary of the pandemic. Any good news? Because I have good news.
Ako, good news. Good news, I am alive and I am here co-hosting with you. And of course, good news kasi meron tayong special guest who is really very close to both you and I. O, diba? Hindi na, the mere fact that we're alive right now is enough good news for me to share to everyone. It's not really usual that I go live ng habang nandito sa Pilipinas dahil napakahina ng signal. Good news, my signal si Smart. O, di ba?
Wow, amen to that. Talking about good news, ikaw, good news mo, signal, you're alive. And of course, meron tayong special guest for tonight. Ako, good news ko is, of course, this was pre-recorded. So, right before I take my Johnson & Johnson vaccine. I'm pro-vaccine. So, I encourage everyone, if it's available already in your town, in your city, in your country, please take your vaccine. My vaccine will be the 1-dose Johnson & Johnson. So please take your vaccine. I totally believe in that. So, enough.
Pagka-vaccine ka ba, kapatid, is it a guarantee that you'll not catch the virus?
No, it's not a guarantee, but it's a guarantee hindi ka ma-hospital at hindi ka matatepok. So, and it's also protecting other people kasi hindi ka na nakakahawa by that time. So, if 60-70% of people do that, yun na yung immunity. So, please take your vaccine. Alam kong marami sa inyo may conspiracy theory na ayaw maniwala sa vaccine. Jeanette, kaya kailangan mag-vaccine.
Hindi naman. It's just that I have a lot of, for health reasons, I have a lot of health issues, and taking vaccine is something that I really have to think about kung ano ang magiging side effects sa akin. Of course, who wouldn't want to actually take a protection actually, or a shield to take care of, of your body for this unseen or invisible enemy. However, currently, because I have some medical issues, my doctors are actually studying as to ano ba talaga ang magiging implication niya sa health ko. But of course, syempre, I would want to go out there and at least think na hindi ako makakahawa or hindi ako mahahawaan somehow if I still take care of myself, diba? So, hopefully, lahat ng tao makapag-isip to take the vaccine and to at least, double check kung ano ang nito sa inyo. So, we don't want any side effects. Gusto natin yung vaccine makabuhay sa atin, di ba? To help us stay alive.
Well, incentive, sawa naman ng Diyos here, no? Available na by, it was April 6, available na for 16 and up. So majority na of America, available na ang vaccine. We have 3, di ba? including the Johnson & Johnson 1 dose. But there are incentives. In the future kasi, you will be having a universal passport which you can show to big venues, and of course, most probably, it will be required for traveling, and of course, probably employment. But, alam kong, of course, you still have to decide on your body kasi it's your body, di ba? May mga incentives also. Juniors will be giving away cheesecake in Brooklyn, and of course, all Krispy Kremes will be giving away donuts if you can show your vaccine card. Oh, tama na ang commercial sa ating vaccine. Ladies and gentlemen, let me give you the honors, Jeanette. I think we should introduce our special guest.
Ayan. So ready na ba ang ating special guest, Luis?
So tell me,
na natin siya.
Who is our special guest?
Well, actually, this very young woman is very close to me, and I've seen and discovered her during the World Championships of the Performing Artists. A really seasoned singer and performer who just recently launched her single through Viva Recording. The daughter, of course, of two good friends of ours, of course, Attorney Diane and Andy De Vera. Let us all welcome, guys, in Get Real. First time after her debut, her single from Viva Recording, Konting Contento. Let us all welcome Miss Sophia De Vera. Ayan.
Good morning po. Thank you so much po for having me this morning.
Kamusta na? Are you still in school, or this is vacation time in the Philippines?
Currently po, I'm still in school, but we're on Holy Week break po right now.
What are you taking, Pia? What's your course right now?
I'm taking civil engineering po in college.
Wow! Ang galing-galing. Of course, gamitin ang talino, di ba? Congratulations. By the way, congratulations also being part of Viva. Remember, Jeanette, nung bata tayo, Viva is Sharon Cuneta, di ba? All those famous people. So how does it feel to be part of Viva Records?
Of course po, very honored and grateful po to be able to be a part of this such a big group of artists and amazing people. Yun po, more of just being grateful every day po sa lahat ng mga blessings na binibigay ni Lord, and of course such good people who would give me this opportunity po to become a part of the team.
Ayan. Ano bang title nung song na you just recently released, Pia?
The new song po is called Konting Contento. It's out now on Spotify, Apple Music, lahat po ng mga digital music platforms. So if you guys have the time, make sure you go check it out.
Sophia, balita ko, idol mo yung writer niya, na? Can you tell me about your experience yung nalaman mo yung kakantahin mo ang kanta niya? What's her name again?
Her name po is Miss Ruth Anna Mendoza. Actually, I've known her for quite a while na po. I've been a fan of her covers po on YouTube. And then I found out that she wrote the song that I'm singing. So yun po, it was very surprising to find out. And I'm really grateful po na I have the chance to be able to sing one of her works po.
And of course, you were also involved in arranging it. Ang ganda, hands-on ka. Right before you actually recorded it, hands-on ka sa arrangement. Can you tell us about that process?
Yes po, ayun po. I'm thankful Vivo gave me the chance po to be able to submit my own ideas to them. So we were able to work on it po together. And Sir Siv po, the one who arranged it in the studio, he was very welcoming po of all of the ideas throughout the process. And ayun po, I was really happy throughout the process kasi I learned a lot po throughout the experience, and I was able to challenge my creativity din po, because I used to not see myself as a creative person, but then throughout this process I learned a lot of new things about myself, and I'm really happy that I was able to bring it out through the song po.
Talking about another creative person, I think Jeanette. the most creative person. We have some more questions for Sophia talking about creativity.
Oo nga eh. Well, I'm sure that Viva had actually sent you a list of songs, no, a handful of songs to choose from. Why Konting Kontento apart from, the composer who actually created that? Bakit Konting Kontento na pili mo?
So this was actually the first song that Viva played for me. And I really liked it kasi at the start pa lang po, I heard the hook, the umuunting konting kontento. And I thought, wow, like it's a really catchy line, the type na marami pong ma-LSS with that lyric. And then as the song played on, it changed beats a bit and the melody. And I liked how upbeat and catchy it was. And I knew that it would be a challenge to do this song because I don't usually sing upbeat songs or Tagalog, so I really wanted to take on this challenge, and I really loved that it was composed by a Filipino. So for the first time po, I can finally release a song that's original Filipino music.
Ayan. And the challenge was to actually release it during this pandemic. So what were the challenges, releasing a single through digital platform, and ngayon sa current situation natin, because artists would want to release their singles on TV, on radio shows. Anong na-encounter mong challenge doon, Pia?
Actually po, we were supposed to record this song nung nag-lockdown po nung March last year. So we had to have a long period of waiting po to adjust, and then when the time came to record it, of course there was a lot of fear po because I haven't left the house since lockdown, and then we were gonna leave the house to be in a recording with Viva po. But then they made it a very fun and safe experience po, syempre following protocols, and I was the only one in the booth po during the time that I was singing and when I took off my mask. And then when it came to promoting the song po, of course, it's very different. We don't get to be in a live studio. You have to be doing it through Zoom calls, and it was definitely a lot of adjusting. I had to learn how to work with sound, how to mix my own music so I can bring like a good live performance, and how to fix the lighting po. So marami din po natutunan throughout the process. It wasn't a complete disadvantage, and I think it's good din po as I'm doing online school. So it's better po for my schedule because I get to adjust the time po to be able to do my interviews and yung mga promotions po for the show. And since everyone is online right now po, since we're in quarantine, I guess the audience was more receptive po to the release of the song kasi lagi po silang online, nakikita po nila yung mga promos and everything.
Right. Luis, have you ever thought sa generation natin magkakaroon ng online classes?
Oh nga. Actually, during the height of the pandemic, I didn't even want to be on Zoom. Eventually, I will put my voice and not my picture. Kasi you have to shave every time. Remember, that was the time everybody had a beard? Sophia, I had a beard time until summer. So, summer na or fall na ako nagbigin na magpakita ng video. Even now kasi Sophia, nahiya ako na hindi mag-ayos. Like, I'm not gonna just go on Zoom, no? So, how about kayo? During school ba? You show your video, right? So, nakaayos pa rin kayo ng panglabas, correct?
It depends po on the professor. Some require it, some don't po. Kasi bumabagal po yung speed ng internet kapag lahat po naka-on ng cam. But then, when I do turn on my cam, syempre po nag-aayos po ko. It's part of respect na din po for everyone who came to the meeting.
Correct. I mean, I guess mga guys pwedeng pero when you look like that, di ba? I mean, Jeanette, when you look like that, like Sophia, pwede kang woke up like this. Pero sa age ko, I don't wake up like this. Even with this, I still have to fix myself. Sophia, sa Konting Kontento, alam ko it's written supposed to be for lovers, for relationships. How do you relate that to the pandemic, to the lockdowns, and I guess your relationship with your family, friends, and tungkol sa Konting Kontento, your experience about 2020?
Relating it to my experience about 2020 po, syempre, a lot of us were able to realize a lot of things with the time we were given in quarantine, a lot of time to reflect. And this song po, I guess it means taking yourself out of a difficult situation and finally finding something that truly makes you happy. And I think a lot of people were able to discover that about themselves during this quarantine. I myself po, marami po akong na-realize during this quarantine that my priorities were all over the place. So during this quarantine po, I was able to take myself out of that super workaholic Sophia po, and I learned how to rest din po, to care for myself, and to enjoy time with my family po.
Ayan.
Sophia, sabihin mo yan kay Jeanette. Ayun si Jeanette, never always
We
working, always
well,
working.
actually, if there is one thing that the same that quarantine or this pandemic actually taught me is to actually stay indoors, no? To stay at home. Alam mo naman ako, I wouldn't be able to last a day just practically staying at home. But siyempre, natatakot din naman ako and all for myself. But sometimes, na ano na rin ako na nakakasawa na, no? We have to actually just learn how to adapt and live with the pandemic. So, ganyan ngayon ang ginagawa ng mga artists and lahat ng mga performing artists all over the world is to actually learn how to adapt, a lifestyle that nandyan lang sa bahay or just in a studio or just being in a secluded area. So, Pia, how does this pandemic change your vision or your about life?
A lot of things po. If anything, it's not to take your time with people for granted. And ayun po, in the midst of such a big pandemic like this, the only hope that I was able to cling on to was God. So really working on my faith during this time of pandemic po. Ayun po, I realized a lot of things, priorities na po talaga.
Were you able to lose friends or relatives along the way? Hindi naman.
We've lost a few distant relatives po, but very grateful po yung mga malalapit po talaga sa akin sa buhay are all safe and healthy right now. Ayun po.
Did it change your diet?
Not very much naman po. More on really giving time to exercise and to eat healthier po.
Do you guys cook or order a lot?
We cook a lot po. Medyo delikado din po kasi magpa-deliver ng food. And masarap naman din po magluto si Ate Josie. So,
Amen to that.
okay naman po kami.
That's good. So, kayo, tumutulong naman kayo. Have you learned how to bake? Any type of cooking doing?
I've been baking.
Actually, nag-bake yan si Pia. She sent me some of her cinnamon rolls. It is really good, kapatid. Alam mo yung the whole family from the dad and the mom, napakagaling mag-baking. So, I'm pretty sure madami silang mga ginawang mga recipes nowadays. Right, Pia?
Opo. I've been learning po yung mga recipes ni Mama and Papa and learning how to bake din po.
That's very good. Ano yung mga experiences mo naman special na with your family? Kasi syempre, before, di ba, you seldom see each other. And ngayon, you see each other 100% of the time. What have you learned and what will you cherish sa 2020 experience mo with your siblings and your parents?
I mean, inevitable naman po na at the start, it was quite difficult kasi hindi po kami sanay na living all together nang hindi po talaga pwede umalis ng bahay. And we all have a lot of different and conflicting personalities at times. But over the course of the quarantine, we've all learned how to adjust, and it's really fun to be around my family now, and we know what each other like or what the other person doesn't like. So yung nakatuto din po kami to adjust to each other, and we enjoy each other's company now. Lagi po kaming nagmo-movies together. My dad and my brother po, they enjoy playing chess. Tapos yung sister ko naman, yung bonding namin, we talk a lot about working out or sports.
Nagpa-firing din kayo, ah.
By the way, may K-drama ka ba na favorite? Any Korean telenovela that you like on Netflix?
Right now po, I'm watching What's Wrong with Secretary Kim.
Oh, I should check that out. The last one I saw was yung Vincenzo, which is putol-putol linalaban. It turned out to be funny pala. Tapos meron siya may mga Chloe characters from the other show, yung Chloe, di ba?
I love Crash Landing on you.
Bagay na bagay sa yung startup. Have you seen
I love
startup?
Crash Landing. It's
Not yet, I haven't.
Ganda ng startup.
I don't watch teleserye, Luis. Pero when Crash
Pero
Landing...
dati, nanonood ka ng ABS-CBN, no? Telenovela, dati memorize mo yung mga ganyan.
Kung wala lang si Ricardo Dalisay.
Anyways, pakinggan naman natin. Baka pwede ka mag-acapella, Sophia. Acapella.
Sige po. This is If I Ain't Got You by Alicia Keys.
Ooh, yeah, go for it.
Some people want it all, but I don't want nothing at all if it ain't you, baby. If I ain't got you, baby. Some people want diamond rings, some just want everything, but everything means nothing if I ain't got you, yeah.
Yay!
Galing.
Sophia, matanong kita. Kanino ka nagmana? Kay mami, kay daddy sa kanta?
Testing po natin yan. Pakantahin po natin siya.
Pakantahin natin sila. Iboboto natin. Sino? But yeah.
Ako, I think dahil I've seen the couple do karaokes and sing a lot, I think it's a combination of both ni Sir Andy at saka ni Ma'am Dayan dahil napakagaling nilang mga singers. And and talagang the Ma'am Dayan actually plays the piano too. So napaka musically inclined talaga ng family, and you would know kung saan mamamana ni Sophia. But more than anything else, Luis, napakadaming mga artists, and I'm not saying this to Sophia just to flatter her, but napakaraming artists, napakaraming talented na mga singers, actors, and everything. But what sets Sophia apart is she doesn't really realize how good she is, and that's how naiiyak ako every time na nakikita ko na siya kasi nakita ko siya mag-grow, no? And how good, she doesn't realize how good she is and how humble she is until now. And the very fact that she still continues to study, isa siyang napaka-smart and talented na young woman. So I think in her career, magsosoar ang bata. Prediction, di ba? Parang prediction tayo. Magsasoar ang kanyang career as soon as this is over, and a lot of people will see her on live TV and performances. More singles, of course, a lot of working projects. Nakikita ko to magiging artista eh. Susunod sa yabag ni Miss Sarah Geronimo. My God, yun ang napipredict ko dito sa batang ito. But of course, she's got her unique voice that people would identify na yan si Sophia. Parang di ba nung kumakanta sila Nora Honor or Sharon Cuneta or Regine Velasquez, you would know that sila yon. And Sophia has that unique tone para ma-relate na si Sophia yung kumakanta. So ayan, Luis, ikaw na mag-closing para sa bata.
Uy, teka. Pag-usapan naman natin yung commonality natin. The first time I met her was sa LA a year after WCOPA niya.
Right.
How was kasi I actually saw sa YouTube your performance on the finals a year before I met you. How was that? Kasi syempre ako nag-dream rin ako to be part of contests and all of that. Kasi international Olympic style ang WCOPA eh. So how was that representing the Philippines? How was that being a finalist? And how was that napagpatuloy mo yung dream mo after WCOPA. I mean, thanks to Tita Jeanette, your parents, Viva, and all of these people. I mean, pasalamat sa Diyos na patuloy-tuloy pa rin, di ba? 1 year hence, 2 year hence. A few minutes about WCOPA muna.
Ayun po, when I was asked to audition po for WCOPA, I didn't know what it was. And then, when after I auditioned, they called my mom in. Tapos they asked, do you have a US visa? So, syempre, yung mom ko nagulat kasi hindi naman namin alam kung ano po yung ino-audition namin doon. And then, yun po, we were told na we were gonna sing at California and to be able to represent the Philippines. And, of course, sa akin po, dream come true kasi I've always dreamed of being a singer, but I never thought it was something that was attainable. And here it was finally the chance to be able to meet a lot of people in the industry and to perform in the States po. Like, what a dream. And then, when I got there, I just decided to enjoy it, like not view it as a competition, just a big learning experience and to be able to meet a lot of good people po. And then, ayun po, by God's blessing, nakaabot po ako ng finals, something that I really did not expect. And I met a lot of great people po like you and Tita Jeanette who gave me the opportunity po to pursue my dreams. And ayun po, I'm just really grateful throughout the whole process and just taking in all of the exciting things kasi po, hindi ko po talaga ma-imagine na mangyayari po sa akin to before. So a lot of it is just, I feel like I'm just living a dream po.
Amen to that. Are you open to other contests in the future? I mean, other contests in the future beyond, when things are safe na? Are you open to other contests in the Philippines and internationally?
Right now po, I think I just wanna focus on my own music and discovering po kung ano po talaga yung babagay po sa akin na songs and learning how to write songs po. But maybe in the far future po, I could join a few competitions. But right now, I think po, it's more of discovering myself and my own sound po.
Right. Because you're still pretty young. You're still in your teens. Kami na mga 25, ang advice namin sa'yo is enjoy it. Kasi if bago nating i-ending, no? Jeanette, maiksi lang. What will you tell your 19-year-old self?
Well, my 19-year-old self is to actually just, grab every opportunity that comes my way, because before I was just like hesitant if I can do it. I didn't believe in myself more that time. So now if I will tell my 19-year-old self, just go get it, be a go-getter.
Ako rin, my 19-year-old self, don't be scared, just take risk and do things. Kasi saka lang ako lumabas and do things when I was graduating na sa college. So I didn't enjoy it too much sa mga ending ng high school. I was a nerd, Sophia. I was just at home, diretso bahay, doing
Ganun din po ako, Tito.
Pero Luis, may mga may mga certain factors, because as a 19-year-old, we are still guided by our parents. No, we cannot decide on our own yet, lalo na dito sa Philippines. So ito is, even if we want to, sometimes our parents are not open to it. So it's just a matter of making them understand. Pero just the same, if our family or our parents would see how decided and how passionate we are in the things that we do, yun, maari. Kasi if my 15 or 16-year-old daughter, Ashley, would tell me, I want to become a singer, or I want to do this, I want to do that, I'd support her. Kasi dati I did that, and my grandparents said, wag, studies first. So ngayon pwede na pang pagsabayin, balance of everything. Pwede na siyang pagsabayin, a career that you would like sa arts and then studies, diba? So yeah.
Amen to that. And Sophia is blessed with parents who are very supportive.
Very, 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 very
God with about that. Sophia, any advice to artists out there? And alam kong bata ka pa, but you have done a lot. You have done a lot, competed internationally, achieved a lot, and now we're recording artists. Please, a few minutes of just giving advice to young artists out there in fulfilling this dream.
like Tita Jeanette mentioned po, a lot of parents po can be unsupportive po when it comes to music. And at the start po, ganun din po naman sina mama and papa. They didn't want me to go into music. They said after high school, stop music na. And then when WCOPA came, they said, okay, this is your last competition, your last music thing. And then after this, focus on your college studies. And then when I got to the grand finals, my mom and dad were finally, okay, we'll let you continue it, we'll let you pursue it. Kasi nakita po talaga nila na this is something that I really wanted and it was something that I worked hard for. Kasi all of the practices leading up to WCOPA po, as in after school every day, I'll go to rehearsals, kahit napuyat na po, gusto ko pong to be able to do my best on that stage. And I think I achieved something big po to be able to prove to my parents na gusto ko po talaga itong ginagawa ko. So ayun, for all those artists po, if you feel like no one believes in you, just keep pushing it. Just keep doing what you love. Because in the end, all of their approval doesn't matter if you're doing what you love. Parang bonus na lang po na ma-appreciate and ma-recognize ng lahat ng tao yung ginagawa mo. But for yourself, do what you love even though no one believes in you or you feel like no one believes in you, because I'm sure there are people who believe in you. Ayun po, parang just pursue your passion and don't let anything stop you.
Nakayak naman. I'm so inspired with what you said. You are so young, but you are inspiring. Congratulations. Ano ang pala please tell us all the social media we can check out you as an artist and the song.
So Konting Kontento, my new single is out now on Spotify, Apple Music, lahat po ng digital music platforms. You can follow me on Instagram. That's @_Sophia Bianca _ Sophia with a PH. And then on Facebook, I'm @Sophia Bianca. So you can follow my Facebook page as well. And on YouTube, I'm Sophia Bianca as well. I post covers from time to time. So hopefully you guys can check that out as well.
Thank you, Sophia. Congratulations.
Thank you very much po for having me, and salamat po sa lahat ng nanonood on this show. I hope you all have a great rest of the day.
Thank you. Jeanette, do you have any thank you before we end the show?
Well, of course, napakadami kong papasalamatan. Of course, thank you, of course, sa Yoli sa pagpapadala constantly ng aking Yoli Passion. Ayan, iniinom na ni Sir Luis. And kasi maraming nagtatanong kung ano aking ang energy source. Thank you Yoli, and of course thank you to our Get Real family, PHLV, and maraming salamat of course sa AFP for giving us a chance, for giving us a spot sa loob ng Camp Aguinaldo for Mista and soon in Baguio. And thank you to all my friends who are, hindi nagsasawa mag-support, and of course my other half who is currently in New York na naiwan ko, who is patiently waiting for me, Mr. Marco. I'm hoping to see you very soon. Just a parting words, sometimes what you are most afraid of doing is the very thing that will set you free. So you guys think you don't be scared of doing things that you are passionate about. Set sail, put God in the center of everything that you do, and your life will be way a lot better. So yeah, nakatapos din tayo ng isang episode na hindi ako na-disconnect.
Buong episode, Jeanette. Of course, I'd like to thank Yoli. Thank you sa birthday party ko. You were part of it, yung episode nating birthday party. And of course, past a few days ago, ang Holy Week, I'd like to thank Elmer's Baptist Church and lahat na nagdadasal sa ating lahat to be alive. Kasi hindi na ngayon luxury ang to be healthy. So that's why I go with Yoli. International Film Festival Manhattan will be announcing some programs. We'll be doing it end of April and of course October. And of course, walang sawang tulong ng PHLV sa lahat ng ginagawa natin. Ang director natin si Sir Johan, Thank you for recommendation, Elton Lugay and si Tita Mels, and of course, Tita Josie Harrison. Josie!
Ayan.
Thank you for having us here. Jeanette, any parting words natin na re-remind natin ng lahat ng mga tao about during this pandemic? Ang advice ko naman sa kanila, take, of course, the obvious things. Take your vitamin C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K. Just be safe. Ingat lang paglabas, di ba? And of course, dito sa Amerika, things are happening. I don't condone harassment ng mga Asians. Please stop Asian hate.
Well, it is a very difficult situation we are at, we Filipinos, we Asians, in the United States. But just like anybody else, all lives matter. You know, we must stop discrimination. Hindi lang yon, kapatid, in all forms of discrimination. We have to stop that, from age discrimination, yung job, education, and everything. This world will be a better place if we learn to live and adapt to what the situation is all about, and to cohabitate para magkaroon tayo ng coexistence. Hindi lang lahat ng bagay madadala sa galit. You know, it's one thing, it's hard to do, but one thing that we should actually try to practice is to always forgive ourselves and forgive other people of everything. If we don't have hate in our hearts and replace that with love, then of course, the world will be a better place to live in. Ayan. May bago akong show, cooking show in the future. Malapit na, and I'm very excited. And of course, thank you sa lahat ng nanonood sa PHLV, our directors, our buong team. Hindi naman magkakaroon ng katuparan ng ating pangarap na i-air ang Get Real. And of course, based on your post, congratulations to our newly appointed Consul General dyan sa New York. You know, we're very excited. Dati we always do courtesy calls. No, we're very excited to see them in person again and to have those meetings. And we're asking everyone to pray for those who are sick and who are suffering right now of COVID. May they all survive this and may all get well and, you know, bounce off. At ikaw din, meanwhile, kapatid, stay healthy. Hindi na tayo bumabata. You know, we eat healthier, and you know, saying I love you to friends while we can still hear it. Let's do that. And saying thank yous while we can still say them is very important.
Tama. Thank you very much. Ingat kayong lahat. Sabi nga nila you can even use an alcohol spray. Kung may mag-attack sa iyo, i-spray mo ng alcohol ang mata niya. And of course, just avoid confrontation. I'm praying for all of us to be safe. And of course, welcome our Consul General sa New York, Mr. Ating bagong journalist, diplomat actually, Elmer G. Cato. Welcome po sa New York. Congratulations po. And see you all. Thank you very much, Sophia Bianca, for being part of our Get Real tonight. Miss Janet Marco, of course, na-stuck siya. And Luis Pedron here for Get Real via PHLV. Maraming salamat po. And God bless you all. Mwah! God bless.
It's time to get real. Get real. Talking about the things you wanna hear. It's time to get real. Get real. We got it all right here. It's time to get real. Get real. Better buckle up, get real, get set. It's time to get real. Get real.